Hi there. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time we had finished episode 4, Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro, or whatever it was called. It was pretty good. I already kind of talked about it a little bit at the end of last episode. But now it's time to begin the last case of the first game, because, you know, it's 2 games. This was Adventures, and it's called The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. Curious indeed. Let's see what it has to offer. Episode 5, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Oh, well, it's called The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story, but also The Hound of the Baskervilles.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity.
Who's supposed to be doing the narration?
Until, at last, it appeared.
I mean, I guess it's the character of John Wilson or whatever.
An enormous beast sprang out upon us.
I mean, Iris the one who wrote these stories, apparently.
A hound it
yeah.
was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen.
It's a
Its
puppo.
eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames.
Is that a Dogoron?
Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look,
Yeah, it's probably no Dogoron.
Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
Yeah, even I'm familiar with the Hound of the Baskervilles. I mean, like I haven't read it, but I know that what it's about. Or I know that it's a dog, right? Like it's a dog does dog-based things. That's pretty uncool. But yeah, that's curious. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day that we arrived in the country, and in Suzeki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. Yeah, we got 2 W's, man. We're basically like gods of lawyering, you know? However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Well, geez, what happened? Which was hardly surprising, of course. Since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. But dude, we won like 2 prominent cases. See, I feel like that would be good cred for us, right? Like they made a whole thing about how a lot of people were, you know, paying attention to the to Suzuki's trial because he was, you know, a foreign national or whatever. And then, you know, Magnus McGill did, you know, that was cool. We saved his ass. Temporarily. So life in our little office was fairly quiet. That is. Until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. April 15th, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. Yo, knock knock. It's the FBI. MI6? That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Also, by the way, I like what you're doing with the place, Naruhodo. I mean, it is just an attic, but, it's cozy. Certainly better than what we, had in Persona 5. Anyway, what's up, Susato-san? Susato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Oh, this is nice music. Nice. Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. Ah, she does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see, what case is it today? You okay? Okay, you seem a little on edge, Susato. Everything alright? Here we go again. Let's examine our surroundings a little bit. I mean, I want to at least see what, you know, what the place is like. Ah, it's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. Oh, but I love the smell of the fire and steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. Oh, with the green taste Susato makes for me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is paradise for a true tea lover. Oh, I guess you're a fucking member of TGAAC. Ah, green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? I mean, I maybe. I think green tea's okay. It's got a mild flavor, I suppose, if you're into that sort of thing. What's this? So this is a tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, though. Aw. That spade has been in here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. Is that really relevant? I mean, I'd assume that, you know, then again, I guess you dig things with shovels. Is there a clear distinction between a spade and a shovel? No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig all over myself, so, let's leave it. I don't know, it looks like a shovel to me, pal. But, I mean, I've been wrong before, I suppose. Let's see, what about that? Let's see. Ah! The Daru Mandala brought me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. Ah, I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but... but you have won, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? Oh, well, if you insist. Oh, she ain't never filling that fucking thing in. Well, we might as well just seal its fate as a one-eyed Daruma doll. Ah, we've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy up once in a while, pal. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. Is that really a thing you say? time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. I mean, I guess. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. Okay, fine. Jesus, you don't gotta owe me that hard. She wins. Oh, I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. God damn it. Let's see. Oh, hey, look at that. Nice little, quaint little desk. Ah! Oh wait, that's a telegram? Ah! No! You mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances. Alright. I won't, I guess. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. And put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. Yeah, honestly. So I guess this is your desk, Sasato-san. Oh, what about this one? Do you know, I've never seen inside your room there, Sasato-san. Oh, so they have two separate rooms. Okay, I mean, that's fair. I never even peeped inside. I should think so too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know? Whatever you say, young maiden. Yeah, plus, you know, you gotta respect a lady's privacy. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones, too. Anemone, too. Look at you, Naruhodo. I didn't know that you were a purveyor of aquaculture. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great, though, is it? Alright, I think that's everything that I can examine, as it were. Yeah, nice little place we got here. Sasato-san. Anyway, let's chat, shall we? What was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Come on. Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that shit. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it all its thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It's stupid and boring and dumb. Don't even think about it. Ahem. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it. At some point. Alright, I understand. Okay, well, that's really fucking weird, but okay. I mean, if it was addressed to me, if it's addressed to the Ryunosuke law office or whatever, then kind of feel like it's my business to know. But okay, fine. I guess I won't press the issue. Anyway, Saseki-san. I suppose Saseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Oh yeah, he did say he was leaving, or that he wanted to go back to Japan. Which, probably for the best. It doesn't seem like, Great Britain, suited his temperament all that well, right? So, I guess that's good for him. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already. Or be just a few days away. Oh yeah, because apparently it takes like 2 months to like get anywhere. Wow, a Fortnite reference in my fucking Ace Attorney game? For real, guys? A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Well, that's good. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Or were you just assuming that something bad would happen to him because he has such bad luck, and you also had bad luck on a boat? I was just wondering. What might have become of Suzeki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. I mean, you mean, as regards Lord Van Zykes, the Reaper. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Yeah, I mean, the Reaper can't get you if you're fucking 1,000 miles away or whatever. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, it didn't end well for Magnus McGilded, that's for sure. Like the way that Nightmare's trial ended on the very day that we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Suzeki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps? Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean that he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Oh, you know, probably yelling racial slurs at Japanese people, throwing wine bottles, doing fucking karate moves with his legs. You know, the usual. Sure, man. Not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zykes hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh, okay, well hey, I guess he has been, keeping a low profile. Oh? Yes, since Suzeki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from public service again. Judicial service again, it seems. Really? Yeah, just like before. But he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Boy, lucky us. Just my luck. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Alright, I think that's everything here. So I guess we will just, move on down to Shonda's, suite. Which does still look a bit nicer than ours, but oh well. Morning, Bruno! Sorry? Is that supposed to be a violin? See, it sounds like you have a dying animal on the premises. Sorry, that kind of caught me off guard. Morning, Bruno! Morning, Susie! Okay, that's annoying. I don't like that. Good morning, Iris. Iris? Did you guys adopt a dying cat recently? Oh, what is it, Bruno? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Yeah. Yes. You noticed that, didn't you? Did you? Oh, hi, Sholmes. Ugh. That is an unpleasant sound. I thought you were supposed to be good at the violin, Sholmes. Jeez. Ernie is in the best form this morning, it seems. Oh. Yeah. Damn, Sholmes, are you okay? Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Good morning? A good morning to die, perhaps. Jesus, man, are you okay? You seem a little you seem unhappy, pal. What's got in your goat? Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before, it was dreadful. Ugh. My analytical mind is dead. The music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this bludgeon existence! Okay, I mean, same, bro, but also, that's not really like you? That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. Bro, did you just get done playing Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories on the PS2? Because that's usually how I feel whenever I'm done playing that game for a while. If so, I deeply sympathize, my good man. Yeah. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. If it's not too much trouble. Oh, hey! Cat! Were you guys really strangling a cat? Hi. Hi there. That's a cute little kitty. That's a cute little kitty you got there, pal. I like him. Oh, look! It's Wagahai! Good morning, boy! I like him. Though he's a little small. Hope he's not malnourished. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? I wonder. Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. Ah, I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Cholmes' desk. Oh yeah, didn't he have like an analyticalizer or something that he created to analyze things? But apparently he didn't he couldn't think of anything he actually wanted to analyze. Hey, you know what will make you feel better? Check out my armband. Mr. Cholmes, can I ask for your opinion about this? God, that like gloomy tonal sound whenever he looks real sad, depressed, man, a mood. Yeah. You led me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation. Yet in my morbid depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems. Oh! My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. Always glad to help! Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders. Yeah, man, okay, I feel like maybe someone's being a bit of a frowny-faced guy. Yeah. Why don't you turn that frown upside down, man? Can you tell me about wanting to die? Mr. Sholmes? I'm kind of curious about that. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its mellifluent tones would make flowers bloom. It would! But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever! No more recitals of bridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercilessly withdraw it. Oh, dear. Ah! Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have with the violin from me, what is left, for pity's sake? What is left? I mean, you're still pretty smart. I mean, you're not fucking Sherlock Holmes, great violinist. You're Herlock Sholmes, great detective. Like, aren't you smart? Do smart things. Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I get it, you know. If you're struggling with something you thought you've been good at for a while, you know, I can understand that being a cause of consternation. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but where's that big analytical Tron thing or whatever? Your desk looks rather empty today. Ah, well done, Mrs. Otto. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes, they pale into insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? Yeah, exactly, that one. That's at Windibank's now. Sorry, is that a Windy Bank? No, Windibank's, the pawnbrokery. Pawn? What? You mean you pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. But, isn't it a very important machine for your work? No, don't take that, Sprite. Don't be so sad. I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Oh, come on, you don't gotta... Well, I mean, help a guy out's nice, I guess, but, you know. Yeah, dear madam. Things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine! Even though apparently you didn't do anything with it. How could it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? Yeah, isn't pawnbroking you pawn off things for money in hopes that you'll be able to pay it back? Like they give you money for things? Alright, that's a loan. That's not a pawnbroking thing, I suppose. What did you mean when you said that we don't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover that thing using the money they've earned. Yeah, exactly. You pawn it for money, and then you use that money to get more money, and then you come back and you can, like, buy the thing that you pawned initially. I mean, it's not really a super good thing to do. Like, you don't normally just do it for kicks. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at window bends, you see? A pawnbroker, it can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? So yeah, so you're basically using it as like a storage center? That you get money, that they give you money for? I mean, I guess. Oh, of course! You have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Bro, same. Well, hey, I'm sorry you're feeling so down. Is there anything that we can do to help cheer you up? Put a smile on that face? I mean, come on. You're come on. Let's see. Oh, is there any new dialogue for these exchanges, or I wonder? The fire's burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. The woman, you know, the woman, everyone's favorite. The woman. How exciting. That's supposed to mean something to me. Okay, I mean, sorry. It's supposed to be by the woman. Is that in reference to Joan Garrideb? Like, or is that a Sholmes? Is that like a Holmes reference to things, or what? I don't even know, bro. I mean, presumably, if he keeps his mementos of past cases there, it would have to be Mrs. Garrideb. But also, what, did he steal that photo? Like, who knows with Sholmes. It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy, with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? Very mischievous. How did you come to that conclusion? Yeah, we're just observing the fucking, the doohickey in the thingamabob. These are all mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be on display here. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection. It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo. No favoritism there at all. What the fuck was that thing about a woman? Jeez. Oh, okay, well, it's not that big of a deal. What about this thing? There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped so high, I can't help feeling that the whole... Well, no, I've read some of this dialogue already in the last time we were here. I think. It looks just messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism there, then. Yeah, okay. Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that a nervous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Man, ain't that the truth, pal. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. Yeah, given how, flighty he seems to be, I want to put it past the old bean. Is there anything unusual here, perhaps? Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain. Ah, the English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea. I mean, it's just tea. I wouldn't really think that deeply on it. This is where Iris knows down ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? Ah, the Boscombe Valley Mystery. Oh, how intriguing. It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my! I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us. Suzato-san Suzato-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you can imagine. I mean, that's fair. Enough, I would suggest. I mean, a good mystery, you gotta have a good fucked up crime to go with it, am I right, fellas? Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. Ah, but there's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start. That reminds me. When I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Ah, yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what I'll be doing too, once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth. Yeah, that definitely sounds like him. That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles too. But the contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems. Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo. You can't deny it. Damn, fucking endless guy screaming in the background of the future. I'm saving my money so that I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well. Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Mrs. Otto. Okay, damn, that's a... As useful as they are, I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list. Okay, well, yeah, honestly, that kind of sass is like... That's the kind of shit that would get you thrown around, Naruhodo. Okay, well... Some of that dialogue seems familiar, but also slightly different. But regardless, let's talk with Iris. Mr. Natsume's cat seemed to have settled into his new home then. Oh, so we adopted him. Okay, cool. Oh, yes! And I've become very attached to little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Ah, that's unfortunate. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their muse is empty, and the hearts of the muses. Oh, no, nice wordplay there, pal. Your music skills might be in the shitter, but your wordplay is still sharp as ever, Sholmes. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Look at that shit right there, right there. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Look at that shit right there, right there. That's some good shit, pal. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. The pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. Yeah, that's true. We don't want a fucking repeat of what happened on the SS Pura. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Yeah, we know that one, don't we, pal? Oh, well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. Ah! Yes, he really is. Oh yes, but what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing at the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed! You are observant, Bruno. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention. What? What is that? Doing the Herlock end gesture. I call it the Cat-Zappamat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it at any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap? Rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. Plus its theme is wonderful too. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with, unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh. Wagahai? You good? What was that? Wagahai? Oh, bother! What the fuck is going on? Did someone really strangling a cat? Is that gonna be the fucking victim of this case? A cat? I'll fuck him up. What was that? Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin! How'd that happen? How do you get tangled up inside a violin? They're not that big. I don't think. But then again, he's a small kitty, so... I think he thinks it's a toy! No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear! Mr. Schultz's precious violin! He's gonna fucking do it! Oh, okay. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley? Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll probably... Now we can examine this bad boy. So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none! Man, someone really likes his music. Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madam? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks, very different to normal, don't you think? Hmm? What do you mean, Miss Sasato? Oh! Susie's right! Yes! The tone of the wood is completely different. Probably because the cat scratched it up. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack there before. Wait! It's not even the right size, is it? What's this? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Wait, what? Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess, right? Those are two different things. What? Jesus, dude, it's not that serious. Oh, Mr. Sholmes! Oh, you're right! You're right! You are quite right! This isn't my fatal Stradivarius! So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then. Ah, I see what must have happened. You do, Iris. This is just a simple mix-up. It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Yeah, I feel like we probably should. See what the fuck happened with the viola and the violin and the cello and the melodica. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Oh, well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Winterbanks until last week. At the pawnbrokers. Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. Oh. There's a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Oh, hey, at least you seem in better spirits. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in hope that it would experience personal growth. Oh, what a wonderful idea! Except violins aren't fucking sentient objects, they're sentient beings. Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Winterbank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry little fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. Again, sick wordplay, bro. Also, you were deceived by that for apparently a week or two or whatever. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Yeah, if it's your beloved partner or whatever, are you telling me you don't know the difference between a viola and a violin? Pshaw. A fine state of affairs this is. And why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. Oh, I bet. Fiddle. But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault. Yeah, exactly. Didn't you say that before? Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry. Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? Well, geez, at least you're fucking, you don't linger on your misery for too long, eh, pal? We must visit Mr. Winterbank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Yeah, precisely, Mr. Otto. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. Bacon, eggs, yummy, and my tummy, though. Come on, guys. My bacon and eggs, though. My dear fellow. Surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect. To fresh your egg ever more obtusely. Alright. Say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Bruno. I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Well, hey, again, at least you're back to your usual self. Sholmes, my good man, for better or worse, really. But hey, that's a good place to cut it off, since we're moving to a new locale. So far, interesting. I mean, it was funny seeing Sholmes all depressed. I'll give you that. Though, we didn't really. We still don't have. I mean, as far as at least at this point in time, there's no case or no murder. But I'm sure that'll happen in due time. There's always some kind of shit going on in London town, it seems. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. But until then, I'll see you around.